Welcome back to another episode of CaseyBuilds Live. I'm experimenting a little bit today with my streaming settings. Hopefully we have a good stream. We do have better Wi-Fi today, so I messed with, or rather, we have a whole bunch of new. Oh, I could tell right now that the stream quality is bad. That's disappointing. Okay, well, bear with me here. I'm gonna try to switch this back to not. Okay, that could have been a false start. Let's see if it comes back. Okay. Alright, well, so I was trying to up the, well, let's see if it comes back. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Stream coming back. Can you see the stream? Oh, okay. It's not showing up on my page, which is make it difficult for me. Let's see what happens if I reload the page. Oh boy. The exciting. The excitement of streaming live. Okay. So, I tried to up the resolution on my stream. It would seem that even with my improved Wi-Fi router, I don't know if my internet bandwidth has enough upload speed to be able to handle a higher def stream than this. So I think we're stuck here unless Comcast rolls out some awesome changes. Anyway, enough about my technical difficulties. We're here for a stream today. So, Cordy actually had a great idea earlier today. He had suggested that I do a build today of like a firefighter set or something like that in honor of all of the fires all around California and all of the work that everybody's doing. I looked around the sets that I have, and really I had a tiny little fire truck that's like 200 pieces, and then I have the Ghostbusters headquarters, which is 4,600 pieces, which is more pieces than the Disney castle. It's more pieces than the Death Star. So that's a really big set, and it would take forever. So, so neither one of those worked. And so since we can't put out the fires, I decided we're just going to leave Earth. We're giving up, and we're going to leave it behind because it's a total cluster right now, and so we're going to go to space, and that's how we're going to solve this problem. This is a new set, but I feel like I'm the only person that ever felt like it was important to cut open the box on a stream, and the benefit of having Lex pre-sort them outweighs the box cutting. So I actually cut this one open a little earlier. Yeah, she's been mentioning that I should do that for quite a while now. So anyway, so we're gonna just we already have the first bag sorted. We can start building. So this set is a few years ago, or maybe it was last year. It was right around the same time, maybe it's 2 years ago now. It all runs together. It's right around the same time that they were coming out with the Saturn V, or was it the International Space Station? There was a lot of NASA stuff in the NASA and space stuff recently. and so they actually came out with a whole line of these city sets for various space-related exploration things. And so I actually am not sure how quick we're going to get through this build today, just because it's not the sort of build I don't normally do these sorts of ones. Can't remember the last time I did a city set, and so not knowing how long it's going to take, this is either going to be finished up today, and if so, we'll do another space-themed one tomorrow, or if it isn't, we'll finish up tomorrow. And it's only 1,000 pieces, so I really don't think it's going to take that long. But that's what we're working with today. Oh, boogers. I can't see my stream again. Oh well. I'm going to trust that if it stops working, someone's going to blow my stuff up here and let me know. So, I'm just going to put that down there. We're streaming blind today. That's really exciting. Okay, so naturally, if we're going to space, we need to have some nerdy egghead dudes. Oop. Come on. So we've got the classic Einstein-y looking fella here. And then we have an updated take on the spaceman, Benny. There we go. So this helmet, hopefully, it looks a bit sturdier than the classic Lego space helmets. So hopefully that'll stay together a little bit better than the old ones did. Oh, this is neat. We're building a little droid of some kind. Kind of has a cross between Wall-E and Eva look about it. Like they had a baby. Yeah, Ben. Exactly, Benny and the jet, because yeah, that works really well. Yep, and we're there's no this little face didn't have a sticker associated with it, but there are stickers with this set. So you'll get to see me frustrated and swearing at some point today. But okay, cute little robot friend here. Well, hello everybody. Everybody's joining. Oh, DZ Studios. I don't think I've seen you on the stream before. Hello. Welcome. Don't know. This is a interesting piece. Kind of has a little rocky geode in the middle in there. Oh, and they're going to be hidden away. The shiny stuff's in the middle for someone to explore and discover. So this is an interesting set. There were actually 6 different books for this set, which I think might be the high score now for any sets that I've built on here. The bigger sets that I've built on here, like the Disney Castle, usually those big sets only have one single book. Sometimes it's spiral bound, and And certainly with the digital instructions now, that's becoming less and less important. But yeah, this one had 6 small books associated with it. I don't know why they wouldn't just put it all into a single book. But one of the things that I do when I'm doing the stream, so that we don't have to have weirdness and any kind of technical issues in the middle of the stream, I open up all the PDFs and then I combine them into a single one, so that the viewer, the viewer, can have one nice long seamless experience. But because the books for this set were actually in different sizes, at some point when we switch to one of the books, the aspect ratio of the instructions might get thrown off a little bit, which would be disappointing, but it is an obstacle that we can ultimately overcome. And here we are with the first stickers. Looks like we have some nice solar paneling here. And everybody knows that when you see a solar panel, that means we're in the future.
Still holds true.
Oh, that's a good idea, Cordy. Yeah, maybe if you're a kid and have some siblings and you get this set, different books would mean you and your brothers and sisters could share and each take different chunks. That is a very good idea. I think we're building a little rover kind of thing here. But yeah, seems like we broke the Earth, and at this point, who knows if we'll be able to fix it. It might be easier just to leave. Like, we messed up. We can let's go start over. Yeah, this definitely has a kind of a curiosity look to it. I do think because of all of the multiple sections, I think it's going to go, despite the fact that it's 1,000 pieces, I think this build's going to go quick today, now that we've overcome all of our technical issues. Hopefully. And I still can't actually see my feed, so just going to trust that it's going. There. Okay, so we have a nice little... We have a little rover, got cute little eyes and a drill. Bzz. All right, now to start working on base bits. Yeah, I was also thinking, when I didn't have a good firefighting set to build today, I was trying to think of other things that could fit the theme. And so, first I was thinking firefighters, and so I was trying to think of something somewhat heroic, but that just seemed like it was a gimme for building a Star Wars set, which is sort of what I default to most of the time here anyway. And then I started trying to think of, do I have anything that really exemplifies California? Since that's having trouble. And I do have an architecture set for for San Francisco, but it's kind of smaller. Again, sort of the same problem. It's just not the right size for a proper stream. And yeah, after looking at a few more, that's when the thought occurred to me, I give up. And it sort of seemed like a better idea than I had intended it to be initially. So here we are. Uh-oh. Oh. This sticker is slightly torn. As if we didn't like stickers enough in the first place. Luckily, once it's stuck down, we won't see. A Lego hat with what?
My hair.
Your hair. Apparently there's a Lego hat with Lex's hair, which we will see in the next step 3, maybe, or bag 3. Hello, Aunt Nancy and Tiffany. Alright, this is cool. We have a little computer station here. Computer station, and you can see the rotating landscape. That's cute. Speaking of holes, nobody reminded me that I was supposed to talk to Lego and have them send me a replacement for the broken hole from my Pirates of Barracuda Bay set. So I just remembered that I still need to do that. Any of you that were watching last weekend, and there was a very large broken piece. And the size of the piece is not the sort of piece that typically lends itself to being broken.
That you're doing a space set today.
Okay.
Considering that NASA announced an asteroid's headed our way right before the election.
I'm told that it is extra appropriate that we're doing a space set today, since NASA announced that there's an asteroid headed toward us, which is just another day in 2020.
The chance of it hitting us is just 0.41%.
So it's
Gonna come close, but not actually hit us.
0.4% that it will solve all of our problems. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the sort of thing I would normally forget to do, but oh well. This is a neat piece. Can't remember if I've ever seen one with this curve to it before. It's got a very flat front, and then the curve is only up top. I think the old-fashioned ones had more of a gradual curve, not just a curve at the end. It was more of a whoop the whole way up. So I don't know if I've seen one like that. But these translucent blue pieces just scream classic space Lego set to me. Those and the kind of yellowy green translucent pieces. Oh, and the red one. Yeah. Okay. I suppose pretty much any of the old translucent colors. Yeah. Hurricane. Yeah. Who even knows anymore? Okay, so that's cute. Okay, so this actually there might be another piece. Yeah. I'm gonna build this and then show you what it's trying to do here. So we have a satellite dish. We'll attach it up here. And what we're seeing is when we rotate our satellite dish, we're seeing different parts of the terrain around on the screen here. That's clever. Cute. Okay. More computer screens. This is actually a new graphic. The keyboard printed on keyboard, thankfully. That's nice. The printed on keyboard isn't new, but this screen is a new one that I have not seen before. For these sorts of printed on graphics pieces. The monorail did have those sorts of blue ones. Yes, it absolutely does. I'm looking at it right now. All right, another sticker. Okay, launch control. All right, that's the end of bag one. We have a launch control area here. This. Thank you. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I'm going to say that I think it is. Oh, build the monorail tomorrow. That is one of my old sets that I used to leave very taken apart in chunks. I would need to pre-vet that before doing a live stream of that one. That would be a fun one to do on here. I don't think I could do that tomorrow though. That would take. I would need to be able to prep that one. Okay, we have a little worker dude. But that one, I think, you know what? That would be a good set to do, a good classic set to do. I will fix that up and make sure that it's good to go. And yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Oh, that's nice. So one of the things that Lego does, it's similar to when you have a 1x4 piece. This is obviously 2x6, but when 1x4 with the 2 empty spots in the middle, and they only have 2 studs on the outside. One of the reasons why they do that is usually to make stuff easy to remove. You'll use it for lost my total train of thought. The more studs there are, the more stick it has. But one of the things that can be tricky sometimes is when you're putting a whole bunch across a whole area, getting it all to fit down. So since this one is going to hold well enough, instead of using studs all the way across, they just make it a little easier to put it together like that. And it still has enough stick to it, but it doesn't need to be load bearing. One of the things that's kind of fun with these sorts of sets is, most of the time the stuff that I build are model cars or things from Star Wars. Things that are based on very real things that people recognize, and well, I say that like Star Wars is real, close enough. And when you're building those sorts of sets, obviously you want it to look like the right thing. One of the things that's fun with building these sorts of sets, like the space one or the city sets, is they're not based on any one thing. So you sort of don't know where it's going to go until you get there. Like, you have the general idea that this is going to be some kind of a truck, but as fun as it is to know what something is supposed to look like and build toward it and be able to see it, like that Nintendo that we built a couple weeks ago, it's also a lot of fun to have just the excitement of not knowing what's going to happen and build and see where it goes. Not sure when Lego added, they've been around for a while now, but this piece right here, the kind of a wheel well piece, is what it is used for almost exclusively. There have been a couple times where I've used those on like a Star Wars build where they want to make a round shape to, like in R2's chest. It used a couple of these, but 99% of the time these are used for wheel wells, and for vehicles this size they work very well for that. Oop, that was off by a piece. There we go. Another printed piece, a double cheese wedge, 2 wide. Sure is nice when those things are printed on there. It doesn't need to be a sticker. So earlier today when I was going to, when I was reconfiguring my streaming software, at the very first, I started to simply change my settings, but luckily I had the brilliant thought that, hey, this might not go well, and I might need to have to switch back quickly. So instead of simply changing all of the settings for the one profile I have set up to do all of this, I created a second profile for HD settings. And I'm sure glad that I did, because we obviously had to switch back quickly at the beginning of the stream. So feeling rather proud of my foresight. You gotta hope for the best and or plan for the worst. Is that the how that goes? Because had I not created that profile, we would have been pretty dead in the water while I was scrambling to get all of the settings back to the non-HD version. Okay. 3 and 5, these stickers look exactly the same, appear to be the exact same size. Usually, when you have identical stickers, they're the same number. So, curious why they gave these guys different numbers. We're going to align it with the front edge. Seems safer. That is flush. There. Seems weird that they didn't give us a door that could open there. There's a opening as a window, but there used to be pieces that were used frequently that were doors. Kind of surprised that this wasn't made with that. And they had enough foresight to put rear view mirrors on this thing, but not doors. So, I'm not sure if she's out there watching today, but today is Sam's 21st birthday, which is super exciting. Happy birthday, Sam. Probably not as exciting as it would be if you didn't have to shelter in place on your 21st birthday, but still an exciting achievement to reach.
Yeah, I told her we'd take her out later.
What's that?
I told her we'd take her out later.
We will take her out later, I am told.
When the world is not trying to murder us.
I know this wouldn't mean much to her, but what Sam doesn't realize is that she shares her birthday with the one and only Jack Chin, and I don't know if Tyson's out there watching right now. He's usually a little bit more chatty when he is, so he's probably not there, but if we see him pop on later, we're going to give his dad a shout out for his birthday too. This is fun. A little grabber piece with a rubber band. That's cool. Oh, hey there, Jay. Like I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is weird. There's a trademark notice. Lego Lego and the Lego logo are trademarks. NASA insignia and identifiers provided by use with permission of NASA. Oh. Okay. Well, they're... don't usually put things like that in the middle of the instructions, but... okay. There we go. So we've got a transport truck, haul some cargo, got a grabber arm that can pivot and grab onto things. Bag 2, all done. Okay, now on to bag 3. And as you can see, now that we're on bag 3, the instructions have changed somewhat and the aspect ratio is a little bit off. So let's see if I can fix that. Let's see if I can do it quickly. That's a little better. Go with that. Oh. We're about to find the hat that Lex was excited about with her hair. Oh. Hello, Aunt Judy. Okay, so here we definitely have Scientist Lex here. She's got herself a little laptop, but that doesn't stop her from looking good with her hair out of her ponytail coming out of the back of her hat. Classic Lex. There you go. She's got her protective goggles on too. Very nice. This is cool. This is actually a little laptop. I don't know if you can see. There's a keyboard and a screen, and it's supposed to close. It does. That's cool. A little wet. Lex will be rocking a laptop here. There we go. And then we got some fella in a bunny suit. Fella in a bunny suit. It's uncanny, the resemblance, yes. There's another one coming, apparently. All right. What are we working on now? Some other building. You know, something that continues to bother me, I know I talked about it at the time, but something back with the NES set when we built that one. It bothers me that the entire box was there were no studs anywhere on it, except there were 2 spots near the hinges on the top of the box that had exposed studs. There are literally 4 exposed studs on the entire box. And it clearly continues to bother me that those studs are there, and it's the sort of thing that I feel like I should take it upon myself to go and fix this terrible design flaw.
Maybe
Lex suggests that perhaps the reason is so you wouldn't get confused with your real Nintendo, which it certainly looks nearly identical. So perhaps, but it bothers me. Bothers me so much. Obviously, we're weeks out from that build at this point, and I'm still thinking about it. Might be because it's sitting in front of my TV downstairs, and so I see it all the time, but it still bothers me so much. Okay. We're just building up what looks like it's going to be probably a ramp that'll lift here, but still nothing too exciting to show off. This guy right here, oh man, this is a classic piece. I haven't seen one of these since my old Technic sets. Usually this was used for some flavor on like Jeeps or something like that, roof rack or things like that. Forgotten about that piece. Okay, drawers. This. I know I had mentioned this before as well, but this white box here is something that was referred to in a stream I was watching once as one of the laziest, useless pieces out there, because you should be more creative when making drawers instead of having simply these, the way these fit together. Like, I mean, obviously it's a drawer, but you could do a much more creative build to have an opening here. So I can't say I'm terribly passionate about it like the guy was in the stream I was watching, but I suppose it makes sense. And it's also nice to see that LEGO has updated their stuff to have flat screens on their computers now. This is something that's changed over the years. Female scientists, as Lex is pointing out, also nice, yes. Oh. Well, where's the quality control with that? The female bandits poppycock. TD Bricks. Was that Cordy, is that a stream that you've watched? I don't remember which stream I was watching. I just remembered watching a stream where somebody had mentioned it. Okay, we're building something of an above ground lift here. I don't think that truck is going to fit in it. Might be building a different truck for this. Oh. Naturally, you build one side, then you got to build the other side. That's how these things go. I don't know, if you wrote a review for an insurance agent and your name is Quality Control, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. Okay. Yeah, that sounds that sounds very possible. It could have been TD Bricks. So does that mean if you change your name now from quality control, or from your real name back to quality control, that it will change the name associated with your post? Or can you, now that you've written it, can you change it back? I suppose I could go back and look on your old stream, or on my old streams, and see how your name shows up. Yeah, this is some kind of spacey garage sort of thing. Alright, big sticker. And that's the set number right there. So, not really an Easter egg, but sort of. There we go. Probably some kind of launch door. Or bay door, rather. Yeah, these are interesting pieces. They're used for sliding doors, barn doors, that kind of thing. There's kind of a groove on one side on the bottom. You can see the profile of it here. It gives it a track on the, if you're using it on the bottom side of something, it has a track that something can run in, and if you put it on the top, it locks it into place. So there was already one of these on the bottom, and now putting it here on the top, and it is serving that purpose. You can see that this door can now slide open and shut. Well, I will look at one of my old streams and see what your name shows up as, and report back to you about that, and then let you know if it was a good or a bad idea for you to change your name back. Okay. I could see either thing being a totally valid Oh. How nice. Yeah, all of us around here use the same insurance guy. There you go. We have got doors that can open and shut here. Yeah, if you're looking for a State Farm agent, leave me a note in the comments. Tell you the best agent around. We were actually next door neighbors in the dorms in college, and we lived together for a year after college, and I was with him on the night he met who ultimately ended up being his wife. I was in his wedding. He was in my wedding. He's a good dude. we have an interesting contraption here. Kind of an arm with a... So it's something... It's a positionable arm. And it's kind of a thinger on the end of it. I don't know what to even call this thing. It's a... I don't know. Some working apparatus here. Looks like it's supposed to be like that. All right, and we got a lot of tools. Lots of tools. Let's place them in all of the places they're telling us to put tools. Okay. Star wrench. And something of a bit of a hammer, kinda. And a screwdriver. Not a sonic screwdriver. That would make solving problems too easy. Screwdriver and crescent wrench. Kind of an oil can-y sort of thing. Oh. It's a light thinger. Yeah, I could see that. Got a power drill. Okay, and then we have some other tools that are off to the side and they do not show where they should go. So we're gonna just say that these tools are not needed in the future and put them in our spare parts bag. And that is the end of bag 3. So on to bag 4. Lex. Thank you. That's okay. I'll fix it. Thank you. Oh, no. I'm just going to knock more over if I try to put... Oh, no. Close enough. Alright. So this is... Like I said, this is kind of a... So this is the rover lab. Oh, this... Okay, so this little guy, he can roll on up in there. And now that he's in there, we can close the bay doors. He's protected from the elements, and whoop, we have this thing, and this thing can fix him somehow. So, yeah, that's fun. Like a what?
A welding bot.
Oh, like a welding bot. Yes. Alright, now we need 4 of these. 6 of these. This set is notoriously bad at giving you all sorts of extra pieces outside of the bags, the numbered bags. They just have a bunch of these other pieces strewn about in unnumbered bags, which always kind of bugs me. I'm sure they have a reason for it. I just don't know what it is, and I haven't been able to really... haven't thought about it too much to try to figure it out. Because they would fit in the standard bags, but maybe they're different. Maybe the different larger pieces are made in a different place that get filtered through into. I don't know. Oh, that's nice. So one of the thoughtful things they do to help you line up pieces, you can see right here we have got a connector, and then this little axle one, and another connector. And for something like this, when you're simply putting a piece on like that. The middle connector really, the middle axle just helps guide the piece. It doesn't need to help hold it. So it makes it easier to get the piece into place without having as many connectors along the way, but still keeps it oriented correctly. Even though you have 3 there and 1 on either side should actually be enough. I don't know why you have the thing in the middle, but it's better than having another connector in the middle. One of those tricks. See, look, these pieces, which were in the bag, big long pieces, are longer than this other one that wasn't in the bag, and longer than this one, which wasn't in the bag. So, curious. I definitely wouldn't. Oh, they put a 2x at the end, and I was looking at the beginning of these steps because I had a feeling they looked like the sort of thing that we should have 2 of. I'm not going back. I'm going to build it without going back. Just going to duplicate what I'm looking at here. Going back is for failures. That's a mean trick. They know how I feel about that.
Yes, dude, it is specifically bothering you.
I know, it's personal. Okay. By the way, as a matter of housekeeping or putting people on proper notice or whatever it may be, probably won't be having a stream next weekend. It is Lex's birthday, and we're not going to be around here. We're going to visit her parents, so probably won't be able to stream next weekend. I don't plan to. It would require me bringing a whole lot more stuff to her parents' house than seems reasonable.
You could totally do it on the dining room table if you wanted.
I would need to bring so much stuff.
You have a car. Car go walking. My point is, if you want to, you could.
Okay. Well, I had thought we wouldn't have a stream next weekend, but maybe. No, we're not gonna have a stream. We're taking next weekend off. It's your birthday. No stream. Okay. I don't know what this big thing here is, but it's sturdy. So point being, you all need to find some other source of entertainment for a few hours next weekend, since I won't be here to help provide you with my regularly scheduled entertainment. I hope this doesn't cause any problems for anybody. I was just reading back on the comments here, and I know I already talked about our insurance agent. But one of the last times I had to send him something, I included a thank you in the physical mail envelope that I sent him as well. It was actually Alexa's idea. This was right at the start of Shelter in Place, and I sent him a single sheet of toilet paper, which was obviously something highly valuable a few months ago. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, her parents don't live too far, so it's not really a harrowing journey. Just a couple hours away. It is one of 2 places on our list of approved locations to go to these days. Her parents' house and my parents' and brother's house. Okay. Trying to tie this off so that it doesn't slip out later. There we go. Yeah. It's 2020 in California. Yeah. Excellent point. Yes. Okay. They say to roll this up now, but it's a lot easier to roll these things up once you have a handle on it, so I'm going to build the handle and then roll it up. There. Oh, and we have a sticker here too. That's all right. Okay. Mentioned this before, but if you attach a piece to another piece, it lets you choke up on it a little bit when you're trying to put your stickers on. There, very good. Gives you a little bit more to grab onto. There. And I know I've mentioned this before as well, but over here on the side you can see that there's a couple of little 8-tooth gears, and their sole purpose is to give this thing a little bit more solid of a feel. You could actually take this one right out, and then this thing would just spin so much faster. You put it back on, and it gives it a more machined, controlled turn, and it also keeps it from coming down. You could take this off, and there'd be no tension on this at all. But that's a very common trick that they use on these sorts of things to give something a stronger feel, is basically using some gears that don't actually go anywhere, just to firm it up a bit. Oh boy, okay. It goes all the way across. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2. Whoa. Alright, well this is cool. You can see we have a we have a rail now that this thing can slide on, and then it'll be able to pick stuff up. That's nice. Oh. Okay. Very repetitive stickering now. 4 of these warning stickers that could have very easily been printed on. You know, that'd be a very apt 2020 announcement from Lego. If they made some kind of press release that said, you know, in order to save on costs to create pieces, we are no longer going to print anything on pieces anymore, and everything from now on will be stickers. That'd be so 2020.
Why would you even put that out to the universe?
Well, because that's the kind of evil that exists today. Okay. Alright, 4 of these guys. And it has the 4x technically at the end, and it has 4 times the ingredients. So there is no rhyme or reason to the madness of creating multiple things. What did I say? Rhyme or reason? Feels like I said a different word than reason, and I don't know what the other word was.
No, you said it right.
Okay. Worried that I'm making things up now.
I mean, usually, but not this time.
Okay. So we have this kind of a bay area underneath. And, oh, look at them. That should say 2x, not 1x. Where is the quality control? Instructions are wrong. It's embarrassing. They should be embarrassed. Okay, 4 of these to lock it all into place. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, and I just noticed that the aspect ratio on my instructions have changed again. How annoying. Okay, well that's that for that bag. All done there. How far are we in? We're an hour 15 in. Yeah, we're definitely getting through this whole thing today. Okay. Ooh! Oh, through the magic of television. Look at that. Thank you. Oh, that's bag 6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's another worker. This one isn't you though. This one's a brunette. This one isn't a redhead.
The other one's brunette too.
No. Dark red.
Okay. I mean, when I don't see Ashley, I'm a brunette.
There's a difference between this brunette and whatever that person is.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call them. Let's see. Brunette and I'm gonna say redhead. I'm gonna call it a redhead. All right. Well, this one doesn't call for multiple, so I'm gonna assume that it's not. Well, shoot. There. Oops. That was too much force to apply to my unsturdy card table. Apologies if that made you a little seasick. So apparently this blue color, I'm going to call that the color of the future. That signifies in Lego frequently that's what they use for these sort of futury, fresh future, not apocalyptic future.
Because blue's the best.
It's sort of their next generation future, Lego next generation sort of color. Their Star Tours future. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, we're not too far from that, actually, with this whole SpaceX and I mean we're not taking intergalactic.
Said it won't be in our lifetime.
You don't know.
It won't safely be in our lifetime.
Feels like we're getting close. Star Tours won't just be a ride at Disneyland. It will certainly be safer to ride it at Disneyland. I've seen enough movies about going into outer space that
I've seen Gravity.
I have no desire to try that. That seems like a perfect way to die. All right. What are we doing with wheels here? See. Okay. Well, maybe there's only a few. Yeah. All right. I'm grumbling here because I've now I don't trust them with the 2X's and that kind of thing. But I think this wheel's going to be different for either side. So I'm hoping. Otherwise, well, I'm going to grumble about it more. Better believe. Okay. That guy goes in there. think this set... Oh, it's exactly the same, but they didn't do it as a 1x, 2x, or as a double it up, so I can't be too angry about that, I guess.
Can, but why?
I think this set is going to have... There's some treads coming up here. It looks like that maybe the treads are there for appearance, but the actual rolling mechanism will be kind of hidden on the inside here. Which I don't think I've ever seen that with the Lego set before. Usually most of the time anything with tread is meant to roll. So we'll see how that ends up working out here. Yeah. Okay. 6. 1, 2, 3.
Did the original space helmets have the little plastic visor?
Yes.
Oh. So Benny in the movie just lost his?
Yes.
Oh.
Lex was asking me if the original Lego space helmets, the ones that always have the broken chin strap, if those came with a visor. And yes. So in the Lego movie, Benny was not just... he did not just have the broken chin strap, but he was missing the visor piece as well. Maybe when building using the... That is possible. That is possible. Oh, look. Well, I'm going to say no, that's not going to happen, because right now we're looking at these instructions. These instructions are page 29, which means it's a right side page. And you can look at the ingredients here and see that this is a 4X, even though it doesn't say 4X. So, if this was page 28, then possible.
See, Corey says his didn't have it.
I don't think they all had them, but they had holes right here where a visor could be attached. So I don't think that they always included them. Perhaps if you still have those sets handy, you can check to see if there were little dimples just on either side of the opening here. I would love to know. Yeah, see, if that was pages 28 and 29, I could have gotten behind your theory there, Cordy, but good idea. I don't think it's the case. Okay. After we finish these, we will be down to a single sticker remaining. I don't know what these are necessarily. Oh, these are going to be probably what are effectively hubcaps for the tank tread. But we'll see in a second. Oop, that one is not. It's not flush. There we go. Got it. Okay, now we'll do these. Taking care. I've mentioned this before, but when putting these ones on, I always look to see which way this this brake goes and try to align it the same way that it shows in the instructions. On the off chance that it's sometimes the way they have it aligned in the instructions makes it just a hair easier to put pieces on. This particular step, it doesn't matter at all. Turns out, but especially with sometimes like with Technic sets where you have to push something in. Yeah, helmets do have dimples, so sometimes when you have to push something in, it helps if they're angled or if they're oriented a certain way to help them get in better. So yeah, so helmets do have dimples. So it's one of those things that, you know, Lego pieces were designed with modularity and flexibility in mind. So they didn't always include a visor in the sets, but they were designed to be able to use a visor if you had one or wanted to use one. This is what I was saying for hubcaps. So we'll have tread around here, but this is sort of the outer bit for it. And here's step 6. Through the magic of the internet and streaming, Lex has very thoughtfully already put this together, so we don't have to go through the tedium of doing that ourselves. Need to count this out to make sure that they are all 13, but they should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, they're all 14, not 13. Yeah, okay. I am very lucky to have such a thoughtful piece sorter and tedium fixer. Okay. Look how quickly we flew through bag 6. There we go. Yeah. And even though the tread's there, we have these wheels in the middle. Thank you. So, wheels in here help it roll a little bit better. This is the first time they've done that, and I kind of like it. It actually, the treads always, in every other set, feel like they're plastic bits. I mean, obviously plastic, but the rubber wheels roll so much better. They roll like a wheel. The treads, you kind of have to work with it. So this gives it just the right amount of attraction to make it work a lot better. So it's a nice improvement. Okay, we have something that looks kind of like might end up being a seat in the back. Who knows? Don't know yet. Where do these guys go? Oh, right there. Okay. similar to Lego loving to use blue as the color of the future. They love having orange, the complementary color, as accents all over the place with all of the to go with all of the blue that they have. So everything ends up looking like Denver Broncos colors. I thought you liked blue.
Yeah, but I don't like Broncos.
Well, perhaps you should rethink this.
Nope. Still better than red. 14.
Listen. Kind of a tanky thing. This is kind of fun. It's nice. I like the rolling. The rolling, putting those wheels in there really makes a big difference for the tread mechanism. By the way, one thing that I'd been meaning to mention and I keep forgetting, particularly for quality control, because he's talked about it a few times before, is he's mentioned me, like when I was doing the Nintendo set, that I should have like Mario Brothers music in the background, and especially after having done a few of the piano streams that I've done now on my other channel, the copyright algorithms that YouTube has to see if you're using copyrighted material are very robust, and not like I'm making money off of this channel or anything, but when they flag your content, it realistically wouldn't have much of a difference on my stream. You'd still be able to watch it. It wouldn't make me like take the stream down or mute it or anything like that, but it would be flagged, and on the off chance that someday this thing ever gets big enough and then I start getting monetization from YouTube for views, having copyrighted music in the background would ruin that. And what I was mentioning with the I think this is an old piece. Cordy, have you seen one of these before? You take this guy, and this window bit fits inside of it. Like so. Anyway, what I was mentioning was, speaking, I'll do more piano streaming soon. When I did my other piano streams, it was me playing the piano, so it's not like I was playing recorded versions of things that they would have knowledge of. I was playing streams of songs. Like the first one I did was Disney stuff, and before that, as a tester, I had done a few Billy Joel songs, and YouTube flags them all and says you played Piano Man at this point, and you played this. And like I said, this is not me playing a recording of them. It's me playing the piano with my rendition of it, and it flags them. So that, to me, kind of blew my mind, that they were capable of... Oh, how fun. Aunt Judy. Hopefully I make your dinner making experience a little bit more exciting. But yeah, they flagged my stuff as copyright infringement for playing these songs, and I didn't write down in the instructions what. It's the book, but it's not like it's not the recording that they can compare it to. Oh, I paid. Yeah, but yeah. So they were able to analyze the audio from my piano playing. Oh, I'm done with that bag already. They were able to analyze the audio from my piano playing to know what song it was, and then flag it as a copyright infringement. So putting music in the background of these sorts of things would just make YouTube unhappy with me. We have a kind of a flat rovery, not rover, a big tractor crawler thing. Anyway, that was the main point, but side point was I'm actually really impressed that YouTube was able to analyze the audio stream from me playing the piano and recognize the songs and flag them.
Then how does it work when, like, a singer...
I don't know how it works when other people copy things. I don't know. But to me, it's a fairly impressive machine learning algorithm. I don't know how they do it, but it's neat that they are able to do this sort of audio analyzing to know that. Because it'd be one thing if I had a recording of Piano Man playing in the background, because that's an exact copy that they would be able to compare and compare the waveforms for. But me playing it isn't an exact copy of the waveforms, and yet they still knew. So no fun background music on my builds. That's basically the point. Looked into it, and that won't work. Unless I started composing original material, which is not going to ever happen. I don't. It's not like they send their lawyers after me. I think it's a pretty standard thing for them. In my YouTube, my interface for it as a YouTube content creator, I log in and it has a little warning next to the ones that have copyright infringements. And it basically says, there's nothing actionable here, but just so you know, this is flagged as a potential copyright thing. You can argue it if you want to. If you feel like this is an error. But point is if this ever becomes monetized, all of the proceeds will go to the original author of the work, not you. Just stuff like that. So, I'm not in trouble. And I don't have to take them down. But my piano did get fixed last week. There was a octave of keys that was dipping on the bass hand on the left hand side, and the guy had to come out and take my piano apart and tweak a lot of things. He said the cause was simply something that happens with the settling of everything when you get a new piano. I learned a lot of cool stuff, though. He was teaching me a bunch of stuff. One of the reasons why Steinways are such great pianos and are as expensive as they are is because they use wood that has been conditioned for years, as opposed to mine. Mine's a Kauai. It's not a bad piano. It certainly wasn't cheap, but it wasn't Steinway expensive. And that's because they don't precondition all of the wood. So they build it and they ship it out, and the wood is still settling into place. So it is expected that things will continue to sort of adjust themselves for the foreseeable future with it. And that's also why he'll be coming back out to tune it after a few more months. Needs to just keep sitting and evening itself out, acclimating, yeah, at a constant temperature. Okay, I don't know what this is, but it looks real fancy. Okay, it's going to go on this contraption, and it locks into place with these, which I think will mean that it can pivot. Oh, this is going to... We'll be able to put a rocket on here. That's what that's going to be. And we can put the not Lex brunette version in cockpit here. Oh, it's actually too shallow for her to be in there with the lid on it, so you have to choose whether you want to have somebody in there. Oh, actually no, I can make it sit there. Can I? Actually, that might not work either. Oh, it does. Okay. Sitting in there, and we'll put the Lego radio next to her. There we go. So we've got her manning the... what is the non-gendered term that replaces the word manning? Operating the controls. There you go. Okay, and we are done with that one. So this thing is complete. We are on to bags. We're on the home stretch here. We're going to build a rocket. So we've got a little truck, we've got rocket transport, we have our control center, we've got our little fella there. Alright, maybe we'll put this guy up here. Out of the way. Takes up a lot of room. Okay. So, the dimples I was mentioning, you can actually see them before I put the visor on this guy. So the old school helmets are not as beefy as this. They're a little bit more flimsy, which is why the chin strap would break a lot. But if you look on the side, this is the thing that Cordy was he confirmed that he had on his older ones. They have these little dimples here, and the dimples are what allow the visor to snap into place and stay on there. Oh, this visor doesn't actually lift. It's just a wind screen for the front. Some of them, the visor is more narrow, and it can actually fold up and down. Which are all just nerdy facts that probably nobody cares about. I feel like I should come up with some kind of a button I can hit on my my stream that goes into disclaimer mode. If you need to go to the bathroom, now would be a good time because I'm going to ramble on about something that's really boring. I could just maybe flip that graphic on and off. Okay. We call those when I'm gaming with all of my friends in World of Warcraft. We refer to that as a bio break. Oh, did I miss an air pack on that, dude? I did. I need to put air pack on this guy. I was so excited to talk about the visor dimples. I forgot to give him an air pack. He would have been dead in a matter of moments in space. That'd have been a funny episode of Star Trek. Some guy just goes out the airlock and dies instantly. They're like, oh shoot, we forgot to give him his air pack.
I mean, that's basically Bowser like raw from airlock.
This is a new... I've never seen this piece before. Kind of an octagon airlock looking piece. That is new to me. It does fit. Okay, well, so we built up this shape here with obviously the whole bunch of pieces, but it matches the profile perfectly, which obviously that is by design, but I've never seen one of those before. That feels wrong. It is wrong. Ah, that feels right. Okay. Oh, tricky. Those are different types of pieces. I just picked up a piece that was wrong. You might look at those and think they look exactly the same. And from this angle they do, but if you flip them over, this one's got outies and this one's got innies. So this set is called the Rocket Assembly and Transport set. So this presumably is, you know, a crane for assembling a rocket below. We've got launch control. This was obviously the transport. So and now we're building our rocket. Which can easily stand on its own. wonder if it's more fun for the people who designed these sets to make something like this, which is obviously totally from scratch, or to build something like the Saturn V rocket, which is based on some real life thing. Wonder if it's more of a challenge to completely make something to make something completely new that doesn't match something, to have that basically doesn't have a blueprint that you need to follow already, or if it's more challenging to have to adapt something to look like something. I would imagine doing something that already exists, like the Saturn V, is probably more difficult to build than to just come up with things like this. But I don't know. All right, bag 10. We are so close to finish. We have, I think, 11 bags total. So we are tail end of the build here. As soon as we finish this rocket, we're good to go. And then you are all released to go have your dinners, if you haven't started already. Okay. Normally, it's pretty obvious how far out something is supposed to stick. And it's usually the width of one piece here. This doesn't say what it is, so I'm going to assume it should be about one piece worths of sticky outiness. But we'll see soon. Okay. See, it doesn't say 2x, but it shows 2 of them in the instructions right here. So I'm going to take a leap and assume it's going to need to be 2x. I can't imagine they would show us 2 and not have it be a 2x. That seems like it would be just rude, if not somewhat irresponsible. All of these guys. I think it said we needed 16 of them, and that looks like 16. If only Rain Man were here. 16. For the record, I did not just count all of those quickly. I don't know that there are 16. I assume there are. Hey there, Taryn. You guys gonna have something delicious for dinner? Something exotic like hot dogs. I just happen to really like hot dogs. Okay. Now for the moment of truth. No, not the moment of truth yet. Almost to the moment of truth. We're getting close to the moment of truth. Where we find out if we were doing the right thing to make 2. And gosh, I hope we were supposed to, because then otherwise, if not, I would have to dismantle these, and that would be embarrassing. Well, one of them. Ha ha! 2! Boom! Take that, Lego. Just because you're poor. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Because Lego is so good at their instructions and their having everything all sorted out perfectly. I'm just upset because they should be better than that. And they have not proven themselves to be. Okay. These need to connect to these areas that are sticking out. Like so. Alright. There we go. And now we're building... I don't even feel like this is much of a leap anymore. We're building 2 more. I'm not even going to feel bad about it this time. We're just going to do it. Oh, that's weird. I don't know the way mines work or whatever, but I just saw this piece right here, and it reminded me of a dream that I had last night. And I remember this Lego piece in the dream, but I don't remember what the dream was about at all. It just triggered something reminding me that it was in something of a dream last night. Don't know what it was. Sure, that's weird. Oh, I do remember another dream I had last night, though. I remember, I doubt the Surratts are watching this. Mr. and Mrs. Surratt. That I had a dream last night that Mr. Surratt had started brewing his own beer, and basically made what was good enough to be a brewery. He got bought out, and with the money he made from that, he bought a baseball team. So, Lex just pointed out that we can't call them the Brewers because that name's already taken. Well, it's like he bought the Giants or something.
I know. Making a joke and you ruined it.
Oh. Sorry. This is weird. They just had us jam these things down into there, and I suppose they're serving some sort of interior structural
You haven't even had alcohol.
purpose, but don't know what it is. We did pretty good for all. Oh, well, that's impressive, Taryn. Very good. Certainly better than me. If I'm making a yummy dinner, that means I'm probably making top ramen.
You said yummy. Those two don't go together.
You hush. Well, perhaps my dream was something of a premonition that he's going to make enough beer that he sells the rights to someone, and then he makes millions and millions of dollars and then buys himself a baseball team. Because I know he also really loves baseball. Final bag, please. And thank you. Yeah, we are essentially, we are on the home stretch, which is probably a sports metaphor.
It is for horse racing.
Oh, it's not for the stretch to home plate where you're grounding third?
I guess it could be. I hadn't thought about it that way. But that makes sense too.
those bags are empty. All those bags are empty. Okay. Yeah, we've got a good looking rocket pod here. Yeah. I should send him a note on Facebook letting him know that I dreamt that he sold a brewery and bought the Giants in a dream that I had last night. I'm sure he would get a kick out of that. Still don't know what the dream was that involved the piece, though. Alright, let's round this thing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, was that the... Yeah, that was. Okay. Presumably we have the bottom half of a... almost looks like a hab pod or something where astronauts would be sleeping or something. Okay. Alright, that fits right in there. Yeah, that fits in nice. It just snug, holds itself in. Okay, and that will connect to this guy. Huh. Alright. Oh. Okay. Well, that's pretty good for a 10-year-old. And, yeah, what do they call it? A rebuilding season?
This season's a weird one for everybody.
So. Aren't the Dodgers doing really well right now? I think I saw that they were, which is just gross. Okay. This is kind of a fun space boat right here that we're making. Space boat. With standard issue Lego Space Blue. Can't have a Lego Space set without the blue. Dumpster fire, sure. I actually referred to something as a dumpster fire in an email that I sent to somebody at work last week. They were asking me about RSS as a technology for delivering news, and I accurately described it as a dumpster fire. As we all know, RSS is awful. At least the implementation of it is. I actually don't use it. Yes. Yes. Late season collapse. That would be wonderful. That's fun. So we have these two little knobs sticking up here, which I see as joystick controllers that somebody would be operating. It's cute. Oh, okay. And this is a classic piece. It's existed, forever. And you can see the profile of it, the way it's rounded here. The boat that I held up, it has the exact curvature of it, so it fits together perfectly, seamlessly. That's very satisfying. Oh, and these are the ones I was referring to earlier. The 1x4, I was holding up a 2x6, and I was mentioning a 1x4 with studs missing in the middle. That's one of these guys. I need to look up this piece once the stream's over to see if it exists anywhere else. It's a really neat piece, and it seems like it's the sort of thing that I could actually see being very useful in Technic sets. I haven't ever seen them before, so... Every time... Really? That... Like... Huh. I wonder why that's the case. Like, it's all smooth on my side, but I also can't see the stream at all. That is weird. I don't know how that would make any kind of a difference whatsoever, because the focusing there is all... I mean, as far as the computer's concerned, there's just one stream coming through, and it... Okay. Real quick, aside... I love that this isn't all stickers that I have to put on. That is just wonderful news. Yeah, I wonder why the video stream from the phone, it's not like it just did it when you held up the gray piece. That's... I mean, obviously... Okay, I'm going to hold up another piece. There's a piece. Is there a problem with the stream when I did that? As far as the stream's concerned, obviously, it's not like it's processing anything from the phone. The phone's doing.
There's a little bit of freezing, not necessarily just when you hold up the piece though. That black piece was fine. So like you moving back and forth with it.
Freeze? Are we freezing now? If I do this one? That is odd. I've had a lot of weird technical issues around my house in the last couple of weeks that have really just been taking a mental toll on me. Like, I don't mind when things don't work if there's a reason why they don't work. And that includes, like, like say the Wi-Fi bit in your computer goes out, and if you can't connect to the network anymore, that makes sense because the thing broke. But when there's not a clear reason that you can figure out why something doesn't work, it's exhausting to me not being able to come up with an actual answer, a solution to this. And so there's been a lot of that stuff going on around my house for the last couple of weeks that has just been totally draining to me, not being able to figure some of these things out. That's so weird. And like, I don't even know how I would go about trying to figure out why it's doing that. It's just the camera focusing and the feed goes into the thing. Oh, that could be. Yeah, that could be. It might have something to do with that. I wonder if I wonder if there's anything I can do with Comcast to get a little bit extra oomph in my upload speed, because that was an issue for me for something unrelated yesterday. I was lamenting not having better upload bandwidth. So that 2 days in a row, that kind of seems like something I should look into just to see. There we go. That's a cool little space pod. Yeah. So space pod with a rocket booster. Then obviously it's going to be able to attach up here, which is probably the next step. What? Yeah. Well, it's not really a space shuttle. Like, it's not the. It's different. The space shuttle has the boosters underneath and everything. This is no. The space shuttle would be up here. It's different.
This is another peanuts versus peanut butter situation.
You're a peanuts versus peanut butter situation. Got her. There we go. Space tube. Alright, and okay, that's an extra part. We'll put that away. And then we can show off the final bits here and wrap it up. So we have this guy. Put it closer to the camera. That flips down. This, I'm guessing, is going to lock into place somehow. Sort of. Yeah. Close enough. Any extra? No. They have real NASA stuff here that these are sort of modeled after, but nothing that's dead on. So that can, there we go, transport the rocket, and presumably this here could go over and be used to grab onto pieces. Like, it could grab onto this piece right here and lift it off, and that's how you get to the habitat pod sort of deal. And yeah, that's fun. It's a fun little set. So we got the rocket stuff. We got this, our barn doors. Open up our barn doors again. We have our little curiosity guy there that can get lifted up and then worked on. Got the control guy. Yeah. What a fun build. Yeah, great. Well, that's it for today. We have all this space stuff, so we can run away from Earth as it falls to pieces. Thank you all for showing up. Enjoy the rest of your nights. Go have some good dinner, and we'll be back tomorrow. As a reminder, if you're not here tomorrow, we're not going to be here this week or next weekend. because it's Lex's birthday and we're gonna be out of town. So, see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your nights, and try not to die.
We keep it light here.
Okie dokie.